What's going on today, guys? Want to jump on here real quick after our Wednesday call in the private group. We had a great discussion talking about things that have been ingrained since we were little kids that we never let go of, right? Um, Most of your habits and your beliefs about yourself, they'll be in there from ages like by the time you're 6 or 7, and then that's it for your life if you don't change it, if you don't actively try and change it. So I put a couple up top that I had been like, nobody in my family was gym people. We aren't gym people. Everyone, I looked around, everyone in my family's overweight. Nobody's athletic. These are all things that I had been told and that I had seen growing up, right? I had seen that like nobody in my family was athletic and nobody had muscles or was ripped or was really like happy with where they were. And I heard every excuse in the book, and I didn't really realize that that's what it was. I come from a huge Italian family. I think I have 11 or 12 aunts and uncles at one time, and kids and parents and all that kind of stuff. And like nobody was really happy with where they were. But growing up, it's like, oh, this is just the way it is. We're overweight, blah blah blah, right? As I grew older, this was ingrained into me. For a long, long time, I struggled with these things until I started going to the gym, right? My uncle, he was the only one out of anyone that worked out, and he was jacked, and he had biceps, and he ate healthy and all this stuff. And everyone else, for the most part, wasn't like that. So I'm just thinking, man, I'm never going to look the way I want to look. It just doesn't happen for me. It's not me and my family. We don't do those things, right? And then as I grow older, I start paying attention. I kind of went to school for this, got more into it, looked into it more. I'm like, no, it really has nothing to do with our genes and our genetics and our family. And it has nothing to do with not being athletic. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that, guess what? If you don't go to the gym and exercise, you're not going to have muscles and look the way you want to look. It has nothing to do with the fact that we have bad genes or that, we just don't look the way we look. If you stop cooking everything with a full stick of butter, your eggs, your, potatoes, whatever it is, I started paying attention. I'm like, oh, this is just a bunch of excuses, right? This is just things that have been ingrained generationally into this is how we cook food with a stick of butter. This is what we do. We eat pounds and pounds of pasta and we don't eat that much protein. And we eat, and we drink tons of wine and beer. And this is like what we do, right? This is the reason why, people are overweight. This is why people are unathletic. This is why, nobody's in shape, right? Like if you look around, this stuff has been in there, whether you realize it or not, how you were brought up from ages 5 to 7, unless you've actively tried to change it. So my question for you today is, what are you holding on to that you've been told? Have you been told you're not good enough? You're never going to be anything. You don't believe in yourself. You're not going to be someone that's going to ever like the way you look. You're not going to be confident. You can't do it. Whatever is in there, what are you holding on to that might be something that someone told you that isn't necessarily true? You just believe it because that's how you were brought up, right? And my challenge to you is to find something that's stuck in there that might be holding you back from hitting your health, your nutrition, your fitness, your career, your life goals, and figure it out what it is. Find it, isolate it, pinpoint it, and think, is this really true? Or is this just something I believed because I've always believed it because I didn't know any better, right? That's your challenge for today. Turn off the phone, turn off everything for maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. Find that one thing that you're like, oh yeah, I believe this, but I don't think it's actually true. Maybe it's about yourself, a limiting belief. Take that and see if you can't kick it out. See if you can't get rid of it. See if you can't be like, oh wow, I actually can do this. Wow, actually, like if I clean my diet up and did some movement and stop drinking so much soda and booze, like maybe I could be in shape and maybe I could like the way I look. So if you need help, as always, send a message. I'll link the free guide that I always do in the comments. But we got something cool coming up here in the next couple weeks. It's going to be a chance for you guys to participate in a mindset nutrition challenge with it. It's going to be 6 weeks long. There's going to be little challenges along the way. There's going to be an ending party. It's going to be pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that. We haven't really officially announced it yet. I've just been talking about it on here. But yeah, go ahead and do that little challenge. See if there's something that you've been holding you back that you just believe just because, and see what happens. All right, guys, have a great day. See you tomorrow.